Hi, welcome to Overlanding from Home. My name is Anton. I'm an avid overlander, lover of nature, and humanitarian by heart. The past while, I've always been interested in the outdoors, and I want to hear about other people's experiences and their rigs. Yes, the big rigs, the small rigs, everything they've done to design them and how they plan it. I hope you enjoy listening. Let's find out who today's guest is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks once again for popping in and listening to this podcast. Today is a first. I have a Chilean that does, if I recall, and I may be wrong, Elias, you do a lot of work in Venezuela, but you're based in Chile, and you're a journalist, and you just want to go out and enjoy things for the ride. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Anton. Hello everyone. My name is Alias Rodríguez, and I am Venezuelan, and I am living right now in Santiago de Chile. I had to go out from Venezuela because of the political situation over there. And yes, I'm a journalist, and I linked my career with the overland and expedition world.
So that in itself brings out a lot of jealousy in me because obviously getting out and doing things is amazing, and being able to enjoy it while doing some form of living with it is incredible. But just looking at your profile and your videos, I mean, you've got some amazing stories to tell. I mean, I just want to go through a few things first. So what is your vehicle? What are you driving at the moment? It's a Toyota, right? Or is it because I've seen a few in your profile, so I'm not entirely sure. Your current vehicle is a Toyota, right?
Yes, it's a Toyota 4Runner SR5 2010.
A 2010. Okay, cool. And have your previous one was what, a Land Cruiser? Is it a 76?
78
78.
Troopy.
The
Yeah,
Troopy. Okay. Um,
yeah, I love that truck.
why did you get rid of it, man? Those things last forever.
Well, because I love it. That's my dream truck, but I have to sell it because I traveled. I emigrated from Venezuela to Chile on my truck, riding my truck. So I got to Chile and I couldn't legalize it. There's no way to legalize a foreigner truck here in Chile. So I had to sell it to a German guy, a German overlander that came to me and just asked me if I could sell it to him. So I did that, and he took it away. And the truck is now in Peru.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's devastating. I
yeah, it
did
is.
I did a podcast with a lovely guy, Tim, from the Philippines, and
Okay.
he's the only guy I know that's managed to keep all of his old overlanding vehicles. So he's got like a stream of like four of them, a Land Rover.
Oh, nice. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
collection.
exactly. There's not many of us that have space, number one, but have the money to maintain four of them and still use them. I think that's quite a challenge in itself.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So tell me, Elias, what got you into overlanding and outdoors? I mean, was it the greenery, the fresh air, the space away from people? The high altitude. I see that you spend quite a bit of time in the high altitude and the cold.
Yeah, well, first of all, I started traveling through Venezuela with my mom and my dad when I was a kid, and that kind of took me into the outdoors world. I learned how to fish and uh, at 5 years old, and I went to with my dad every weekend fishing, peacock bass
Oh,
fishing. So I started learning about my country, my people, the culture uh, outside the
yes.
city. because I live in the capital city in Caracas, and well, that just stayed with me a lot of years. And then when I got my first truck, I started. That was a Land Cruiser 90
Yes.
series. That was my first truck, and I started traveling with my friends in college. First of all, I started traveling because I wanted to get out of the city and I don't know, just hang out with my friends. But shortly, I understood that that was my I don't know, that was the kind of life that I wanted to start and just keep going with it.
Lovely.
So I like to go out and just get to places where not many people can get. Just plan my route and I don't know, get a map and start uh, putting waypoints in the map and just start exploring. And that's something that is uh, very interesting to do because you learn about a lot of things. You learn about geography. You learn about you can do your photography, your videos, and most special, you can get experiences that you can transmit to another people, and that's where my career gets into this my that I'm a journalist and I'm trying to I don't know, just to get message to people and encourage people to get out and explore too.
That's very cool, and I think that's really what we all want. I think we all want, to be able to have those, you know, experiences. And anyone can take a photo, but which I wouldn't say, but that can take 1,000 words. To explain. I look at it very similar to you. I do humanitarian work into Africa, so I go and I help school kids with reading glasses, and as much as I can. Obviously now
All
it's a
right.
bit challenging, and I have quite a different vehicle. And I think when people talk to me, all those emotions and those experiences started coming out, and you start expressing it, and you can just see it sometimes in their face how they just sit there going like, whoa, how did you do that when the
Yeah.
elephant walked past at 1 in the morning, and it's quite, I think, quite different scenarios to you.
Yeah.
And it just,
So do you do overland because of that work that you do with the communities?
not necessarily. I grew up in the Drakensberg, which is a big mountain range in South Africa, and I grew up in the mountains, and I've always just enjoyed
Okay.
having that greenery and the space. And obviously, living in a city for work in Cape Town makes it a bit challenging. And I have my wife and I have a 6-year-old daughter who completely loves going out and camping and overlanding.
That's cool.
Completely loves it. I mean, she'll be sitting in the car for like an hour, tapping her fingers, going, "Are we ready yet?" And I'm like, "Really, I'm the one packing here. What are you asking for? Why don't you help me? And it'll go quicker." So um, I love it because she just enjoys going out and no shoes and just having an absolute blast. We have very different scenarios to you. I mean, we don't have that extreme cold in most of Africa. They do around Lesotho, where they've got the high mountain ranges and the Maloti Mountains, but not necessarily everywhere you go. So it's either rainy or desert or halfway. There's no one or the other. It's quite interesting and quite different scenarios. So if I recall, you actually take people up into the mountain ranges. Is that right?
Yeah. Here in Chile, I'm doing well. I started my own business. Well, one of my own business because I do many things, but one of them is I take people to the mountain and I set like a campsite
Yeah.
where they can enjoy the silence. They can enjoy the mountain away from the people, from the city, from the ordinary places that the normal tours get to.
Okay.
Okay, so I give them some food. They drink something, and I maybe sometimes I explain some things about the mountains to them and about the culture that from the people that lived over there hundreds or thousands of years ago, and I try to do something original.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And I think, it's so important to explain culture and history. We
Yeah,
always learn it in school, but there's so much that people just don't get. And I know in Latin America, and obviously it's not my normal background, but um, the if I get it wrong, just tell me. The Indian communities in Latin America have hundreds and thousands of years, left certain things that are still intact and still usable, and I find it fascinating. I mean,
yeah,
I really do. It's very different to my experiences, obviously, where we've got tribes. Um, and we
uh
have a
huh.
lot of, like, in South Africa, we have 11 official languages in South Africa,
Wow.
which is a
Okay.
lot. And um, most people think that the Zulus, who are the party in power in South Africa, are have been here for many, many years, but they actually haven't. The original people were the Khoisan, or also known as the Bushmen. Um, and the
Okay.
Bushmen have been here for thousands of years, and yet the Zulus actually came down from Central Africa, from the Congo area. So it's very, there's and this is what people just don't know and don't get, which is quite frustrating. And perception, I think, is the word that is thrown around. It's people people think they know,
Yeah.
like, oh, because the news says this, but it's actually very wrong. I want to ask you quickly. So you've got a Boston Terrier. Is it yours or your fiance or your wife? Or you married? Sorry, I didn't. I couldn't see. Am I going
Yeah.
to put pressure on you if I ask these questions?
No, 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 no. Don't worry. No. Well, I have. Well, we have two Boston Terriers. One of them is it's his name is Kiwi, like the
Yes.
fruit. He is the oldest one. He is almost 10 years old, and he's mine from the
Okay.
beginning. Okay. I got him in 2010, and he's been my traveling partner,
Lovely.
my co-pilot
Yeah.
many times. Uh, and then we have Coco, that is his son, because Kiwi had five cubs with a Chilean Boston Terrier,
Okay.
and well, Coco is our new member of the family.
Lovely. I have a friend of mine that has a Boston Terrier, and yeah, my after meeting it, my wife wants one too. So now I don't want to show her
Yeah,
these
they
photos.
are very special dogs, and with kids, they are very cool with little kids, and they have a lot of energy, and they swim very
Yes, they
well.
do.
I'm surprised about that. And well, they're good company.
That's very that's I completely agree. He's actually got two defenders, and he takes it wherever they allow. If they allow dogs camping, then the dog comes along, which is
Okay,
very good. And so let me
nice.
ask you: did you, on your vehicle, did you kit it out yourself, or did you buy it already mostly pre-done?
What's
On
that?
your vehicle, did you kit
Uh-huh.
it out the way that you wanted it? Does it have a drawer system and things like that
Oh,
at the
yeah.
back?
Yeah, yeah. I Well, the other vehicles, I bought some of them. I bought them already equipped,
Yes.
and I just changed some stuff that I didn't like, or some stuff that I thought they were not that necessary. But this one I bought it, the Forerunner, I bought it original, and I started quit the equipment. Uh, just like I liked it,
Okay.
you know. But it's been a little slow because I've been living in Chile for 2 years, for just 2 years, and you have to stabilize, and you have to get a good job and a good source of income to then think of of the truck
Yeah,
equipment,
yeah, sure.
buying stuff. So I've been doing it slow, but it's been good.
So I know
The
that
first
sorry, Elias. I mean I know that Venezuelans are quite good at kitting out their vehicles, and they're quite good at putting massive, big, gnarly, crawling tires on, and raising it and things like that. I mean, is it common in Chile that is it easy enough, for example, to go and get this type of stuff done? I mean, is it possible that you would prefer to build it yourself, or is it easy enough to go to a fabricator or a company and say, okay, build 1, 2, and 3 for me, and this is what I want?
Well, it's not as easy as it used to be in Venezuela, no? In Venezuela, it's easier to get all the brands of the accessories for your truck.
Okay.
Even today, it is easier. But here in Chile, it's getting better. There's a lot of brands coming to the country. There's a lot of people uh, uh, starting to get interested in this 4x4 overlander world.
Yes.
So the offer in the market, it's getting bigger, and that's cool because Chile is a beautiful country, and there's a lot of people that wants to travel through the country and get equipped with the right stuff so they can uh, do better. Uh, I mean,
Chile,
for
beautiful,
me,
man.
yeah,
Chile is completely beautiful. I mean, I think every country that I've been into has its own amazing attributes. It has its own amazing areas and things like that. And Latin America has a huge appeal to me because it's got incredible beaches. It's got
hmm
amazing green forest. Obviously, the Amazon is there. You get huge rain, which creates mud, and just completely livens up your trip unexpectedly. So I
yeah,
completely agree, and I think having there's a very big difference in South Africa. Obviously, we have a massive overlanding community, and
hmm
and a lot of people do stuff themselves. I've a lot of things on my vehicle I've built. Some of it I haven't, but a lot of it that I have. And I've done a
okay,
lot of hacks in that on my vehicle, and um, I can also go down the road and spend a lot of money to do, for someone else to do it for me. So we end up doing things on our own at the end of the day, because of cost wise, but
that's
also, I want it to be
mm,
mine. I want it to fit in my, the way that I want, so um,
okay,
I just find it I find it fascinating how different countries do different things. People in Europe are obviously do things quite vastly different, and in most cases, very rich people don't have overlanding vehicles. It's the people like you and I that have 2, 3 jobs that end up doing it
yeah,
ourselves because of money and because of love. It's just completely makes it quite different.
yeah, it is, and it is a cool world, no, way of living because the vehicle it's just a tool,
Correct.
to get to places. Because people come to me and say, "Hey, you are materialistic. You always work on your vehicle," and I say, "Well, that's not the way it is, because my vehicle it's a tool that takes me to amazing places. So I need to keep it the right way so I can get to the places and come back home safe."
That's true. It's true. I mean, which will get me to the next question is, what tires are you running on your vehicle at the moment?
I am running the Goodrich all terrain
Okay.
KO
The
KO2.
KOs. Yeah, the KO2s. Okay.
Yeah, because, well, as I told you, the market here, they have some stuff. They don't have other stuff. So this is like I wanted to give them a try, because I always had mud terrain tires all my life. But right now I don't know. I used to travel through, I don't know, maybe 90% of uh, pavement road,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
paved
Tar.
road.
Yeah.
So I don't think I need the mud terrain right now, and there's a lot of sand here, so the all terrain works pretty good in sand. So I'm very happy with it. In the other truck, I had the General Graver X3
The
tires,
grabbers.
the
Yeah,
mud
they're
terrain.
good.
Yeah, they're really good, because that type of tire, the X3, it wasn't that aggressive,
Yes.
but still work fine in mud.
Yes. Yes. I totally agree. I mean, grabbers are a lot of overlanders are going over to grabbers, over to the all terrain. I mean, I'm a Cooper guy. I've had the mud terrains, and they're just a bit too much for what I need them for. I need an overlanding tire. I don't do much mud and things like that. And um, the one that I have at the moment, the ST Maxes, are fantastic. I completely love them. They're the Cooper all terrain tire.
Nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I love them. I completely love them. So we've got tires. Do you have a fridge in your vehicle? I didn't see any.
No, right now I don't have it. I didn't bring it with me. I used to have it in Venezuela,
Yes,
but I left it there because I didn't have enough space in the troopy to take all our luggage. Because we were moving to Chile, so uh, each of us had three big suitcases and a lot of other stuff, bringing here to Chile, to move down to Chile.
yes.
So I couldn't take my fridge with me, but I used to have um, this type of fridges with it's not the ARB or the Angel. It was the brand is Edge Star,
Is what?
and Edge Star,
It's
the
Star.
brand.
Never heard of it. I'm going to Google that now.
Yeah, Edge, like the border of a cliff,
Okay.
you know, edged, and star like the stars.
Yeah. Okay.
uh, yeah, and they work pretty well. I was trying to find something not that expensive, and I found it over there, and it still works pretty fine. And I love that fridge.
Was it like it wasn't a camping fridge, was it, or was it a
No, 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 a normal fridge.
normal fridge?
The one like the one you have in your truck.
Okay. Okay. I see
The
it. I see it here. Sorry. Okay. All right. Was it a what? A 40 liter or a bigger one?
No, I said 63 quarts.
Okay. All right. So it's a bigger one. I've never seen this brand before. Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting. Eh?
yeah, it's cool. It's not expensive. Yeah, they run pretty well, and yeah, they do the work.
Jeez, I've never seen this before ever. That's pretty awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
It's got everything that you need. It's exactly what it, listen, if it works, use it. It isn't
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
brands anymore.
There's a lot of brands that maybe I maybe you don't know, and you start investigating and in prices and the quality and the specs that they give you, and you discover a whole different world besides the famous brands, you know. So that's interesting too.
Exactly, exactly. I've never heard of these guys. I've opened up the page. You're gonna go and check them out. Check them out later. So
Okay, cool.
so tell me, you. I mean, there's some really amazing photos of you on a salt pan. That's obviously in Venezuela because it's still got your other vehicle, or was it Chile?
What picture is that?
The picture with a rooftop tent. You have that square rooftop tent. I don't know what the brand is.
Yeah.
Where you camped on a looked like a salt pan.
Oh yeah, no, that's the in Bolivia in Uyuni.
Oh, Bolivia. Oh man, I'd love to overland there. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bolivia is really beautiful country. They have a lot of places and a lot of sites you can visit, and these salt plains are one of them. This is the biggest salt place in the world, and the highest one. And we spent there 2 days, just 2 days, but it was awesome to travel through the salty plains.
Very cool. I mean, I'm just looking at your truck. It's quite well kitted. You've got a light bar. You've got two massive light force arrows on there. You've got your winch, obviously. You've got looks like old man emu suspension underneath. Um,
Oh yeah.
a very muddy, fantastic truck with a snorkel. You've got your rooftop tent. So which do you prefer, rooftop tent or ground tent? I can see that you have, or you had the rooftop tent, but obviously now you don't, because
Yes, I
you have a different vehicle.
I I, I used a roof tent for, I don't know, maybe 12 years. Different kind of roof tents,
Yes.
but the roof tent is I don't know. It's a little complicated because if you can't get your car into your truck, into your garage without getting down the roof, then
Yeah.
it's, yeah, it's a pain because you have to get late at night after a long drive, and you need to bother someone. Hey man, can you help me get this roof tent down and stuff? So it's a little complicated, and for me right now, I can't store my truck with a roof tent on top of the truck.
Yes.
So I decided to sell that roof tent that you are watching on my pictures, and I decided to get a ground tent that is called, it's a Gazelle. I don't know if you know the brand,
No.
Gazelle tent. They are very very easy to install. I mean, in 90 seconds you can install the whole
Oh,
tent.
it's like a pop-up.
And yeah, it's very strong. Okay. It's big inside. It's very big. So I loved it, and I'm giving it a try. And
It looks pretty
yeah.
cool. I mean, as pop-up tents go, it looks pretty stable. It's got a nice little, it's got a nice layout to it. It does look quite bubbly inside. It doesn't look very small at all. It's like you got
No, no,
some good space.
big. Uh-huh.
That's very cool. So
And that's the one that we're using right now.
I dig it. It looks very nice. So tell me, what is your favorite modification on your vehicle now? The one that you're enjoying the most?
Well, right now, there's it is not that modified. I'm not proud of that.
Well, it doesn't
But
matter. I wouldn't say pride, but at least it's
yeah, but maybe the drawers, because I like to have everything organized in the back of the truck.
Yes.
That's maybe the best modification I got right now, because you get rid of all those plastic cases and boxes and stuff, and you just put in there your tools and maybe your food, and it's everything in the right place.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I've got everything that I need in my drawer system, and then I use my ammo crates to like top up or replace from my drawers. You know, so I'll keep some
Yeah,
canned stuff in the drawers, and I mean in the ammo crates, and then I'll just swap it around as I go along. So yeah,
cool.
it's a bit similar for me. And tell me, what are you
Hey,
using? Sorry,
uh, tell me something. What truck do you have right now?
I've got
What truck do you use?
I'm using a Defender 110.
Oh, nice. And do you like it? How it feels to drive? And it's it comfortable? Is it rough?
It's it's a Puma, so it's a 2010 model. It's one of the last ones that they brought out, you know, on the last design, I should say, with a little bubble on the bonnet. And
Nice.
it is comfy-ish to drive. I mean, I drive sometimes 10, 12 hours in a day, and I don't really have,
Yeah.
obviously with enough stops, I don't really have many problems. So it's pretty comfortable. It is a little noisy. It's a 2.4 engine. It's the Ford motor when Ford bought out Land Rover, and they
Okay.
put the 2.4 Ford in. And I've never really had problems with it. I've had one or two, nothing fancy, but you know, nothing out of the ordinary than what any other Land Cruiser or I said another Ford, a Nissan would have. You know.
Okay, man, I love those trucks. I love them. Just
Oh,
lined.
there's plenty
I don't
around
know.
here.
You feel like a true expedition
Yeah, it's
inside
true.
of.
It's true. You know, people look at you and you know, that because they're very easy vehicles to modify because it's just mostly straight lines, so it isn't very
Yeah.
difficult at all. So it's quite it's quite a nice vehicle to do things in. You know, which is pretty awesome. I really enjoy it. I'll battle selling it when it's time to get a new one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So tell me, Elias, what navigation are you using? What do you use for navigation at the moment? So are you just using a Garmin, or you use your phone or a TomTom?
I used to use a Garmin, but I don't know, with all these maps and these apps new apps that you have in your cell phone.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been I've been changing my navigation system for my cell phone and or my tablet. So I don't know. Just I'm just giving a try this new era of applications, and I use Wikilog, and I use Gaia, and I use Maps.me, and then you have this app that is called iOverland, where you
yes,
can get into and find updated new places to stay or to visit, and I like it, you know. And I travel when I travel from Venezuela to Chile, I downloaded all the maps in my Garmin, and I also had my cell phone running with the maps.
yes.
So yeah, so that gave me a lot of security out there when I was driving through all those countries.
That's brilliant. I think you know, maps these days are not related to one thing, unfortunately, because you know each app brings its own different dynamics.
Yeah.
And I really wish that all these map companies would talk the same language. I know that they never will, but I wish they would all collaborate and put everything into one. I mean that amount of information would be incredibly helpful to guys like you and I. You know, it would be fantastic.
That's
Um,
true, and the good thing about the app and using your cell phone is that you keep your maps updated, and it's automatic. You know,
yeah,
in Garmin, you need to plug your Garmin and download the maps, and maybe you have to pay with for other maps that they don't have available. And I don't know, it's maybe sometimes it's a little complicated, but in the cell phone you have all the information updated at the right time.
yeah, yeah. No, it's true. It's very, very true. In fact, I've now gone for an iPad Mini, um, where I can put everything on it, everything that I need, I can put on it. You know, from iOverlander, Maps.me, Map Out. Um,
Right.
we have a big local one in Africa called Tracks for Africa. We can put that on, and it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So, listen, I want to ask you one last question because I know it's your morning and it's late, it's my late afternoon, and we need to get our day started and finished. But I want to ask you, what is your best and your worst days on a track? You know, whether it's with your partner or stuck in the mud or five flat tires or whichever it's going to be. What's your best and your worst? Your best and your worst days?
Man, I don't know. Well, I can talk about many awesome days out in the on the nature and traveling on my truck.
Yes.
And the worst, the bad days, I don't name them bad days. I just think they are experiences that help me grow as a overlander or as a traveler. You know, thinking about best days, maybe when I decided to go out from Venezuela and travel through Latin America, of the countries. That was a very exciting day because that was a dream trip that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Uh, um, a lot of years dreaming about this trip, and I love to travel with my dog, with my girlfriend,
Yes.
through all these countries. That was one of the best days I can remember when I was getting into Brazil, uh, and passing through the Trans Amazonia road, and yeah, that was memorable. And
That does sound amazing. Sorry, I just want to ask you quickly before you carry on. Did you map that those trips that track that you did online?
yeah, well, you can get in my YouTube channel and see all the journey that takes out from my stories of
Okay.
Instagram. But I didn't. Well, yeah, I, I tracked my established waypoints in maps,
Yes.
not in in an app. Just in my Google Earth map, I have all the waypoints that I uh, that I
That you took.
took.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I took. And the worst day, well, I don't know. Maybe in Bolivia, that I lost my SD card with all my pictures.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, because I was working late at night. I drove for hours, maybe 12 hours driving through this big desert in the south of Bolivia that is called the Siloli Desert,
Yes.
with all these amazing lagoons all around. And we got to this lagoon that is called Laguna Colorada.
Okay.
uh, Very high. We were maybe 4,000 meters or 45,000 meters. No. 4,000 meters up,
That's
and
quite high. It's 4 kilometers.
yeah, that's 4 kilometers. So that's very high. So we got to this small house where we were going to sleep, and my girlfriend went to sleep, and I just started working on my pictures and stuff, and I left the SD card on the table that I was working.
Yes.
Then one of the guides of another tour took the card with him. I don't know why, and I had to chase this guy through all this desert and asking people if they saw the guy and started searching for him.
Yeah.
And after all this journey, I found the guy, but he only had one of the SD cards with
Oh.
him, and the other one I just lost it.
Oh, that's devastating. I tell you, I try and back up everything that I can, but sometimes you
Yeah,
still don't get it right, and that's that is a tough one. That is a tough one. Listen, Elias, I really appreciate the time that you've given me. I know that you're a busy lad and you've got lots going on, and it's your Friday morning too. And I really am grateful to have you on as my first Latin American, and I'm excited and I'm glad, and I'm definitely going to be in touch. I do hope that you become a lot more successful in your overlanding trips. And folks, if you're listening and you're going to Chile and you want to have a good time,
yeah,
reach out and go and do some high cold camping.
yeah. You're all welcome, and you too. If you come here, well, after we pass all this coronavirus
All the
uh,
drama.
mess, yeah,
Yeah,
you can
all this
here
drama.
Chile, and we can go out and just find amazing places over here. And hey, thank you for having me on your podcast. It's been a pleasure to meet you and to meet your community. And well, I hope to keep in touch with you.
Completely agree, and thank you very much again. I want to come to Chile to do fishing. I was fly fishing when I was before I was 10 years old in the mountains. So I completely I wouldn't think of anything else anything better to do than that.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you very much, bro, and have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Cheers, bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.